y'all, welcome back to Let's Chat. I've just been pumping out these videos left and right, and I don't know. I think I've been really enjoying posting again. I had a little slump where I was like, nothing I say is important or entertaining or whatever, but I've just decided if it doesn't land, it doesn't land, and I'll keep posting regardless. Also, nobody comment on how I'm wearing the same outfit I was last time. Okay, it's none of your business. Thank you. So I did actually just film an entire video like 5 minutes ago, about, I don't know why I thought this would be entertaining. Like, I just really thought this concept ate down. Like, I thought I ate. I talked about like all the injuries I've had, because I have had some like kind of weird random ass injuries and like funny stories of that, but it really just wasn't funny, and I just like felt very bored while I was talking. So I was like, if I'm bored talking about it, you're probably going to be bored listening to it. So decided to switch around and just talk about a topic that I've been beating around the bush of filming. Okay. I feel like all I talk about is like romance and boys and dating, and I feel like that's like all I talk about, but it's kind of all y'all like to listen to is what I'm gathering. Not all, obviously, but like, I don't know. I feel like I have more to say about those things. Like, I actually care about talking about those things a lot. And I just like, I don't know. Like, I'm just like, it seems like y'all like to listen to those things more and relate to them more. And it kind of sits with you better. And I also just could talk about things like that for hours. So if you are bored of me talking about dating and love and all those things, comment down below what else you want to hear, because I honestly, this is just what I'm going to talk about until told otherwise, because yeah. Today I'm going to be talking about kind of what it was like to not have romantic like love in high school. I don't know how to phrase that. I don't think I'm phrasing that exactly how I want to, but I think you get what I mean. And I did touch on this like a little bit when I filmed a episode with Lydia. Go check that out. We touched on it a little bit, but I absolutely could have like dove more into it. I don't know. So that's what I'm doing today. So when I was in high school, I had one boyfriend. Okay, it was like for 3 weeks, and we were just really good friends who probably shouldn't have even tried dating, because I think we were better as friends than as a couple. And like, we didn't say I love you, we didn't, it wasn't very serious. It felt serious at the time, but at the same time it didn't. Like, I was like, I know we aren't meant to like be together. Yeah, like it just didn't feel very right, and we both were just not great to each other as boyfriend and girlfriend. I think we were great friends, but like, I don't think we were great boyfriend and girlfriend together. And it was, of course, I don't regret it one bit. Like, it was a cute little time, and I'm glad it happened. And yeah, I think that's all I need to say on that. But that's the only like thing that I have to look back on in high school when it comes to like romance, and everything else is like rejection and embarrassment and like sadness, loneliness, like that is kind of the only thing I have to look back on when it comes to that. And that's just the part that kind of makes me a little bit sad, is like, I didn't get to experience like young love, because now I'm 20. So from here on out, it's not young love, it's just dating in your 20s. Like, I always wanted just like to experience what all my friends and everyone I knew was experiencing, and that's okay. That's okay that I didn't. Obviously, like, I'm not sure if I believe truly everything happens for a reason. Like, I don't know if I really believe that deep down, but if I did, I would apply it to this, if that makes sense. Like, I think that it probably happened for a reason that way. And there's pros to it. I'm gonna kind of go over just like the pros and cons of it, of like not having romance in high school and not having like people attracted to me in high school. Like, I don't know, I think that's the only way I could explain it. Okay, so some of the cons I would say is I was obviously always comparing myself to my friends that had boyfriends and were experiencing all these new awesome things that we've seen in movies and shows and grown up wanting, I was feeling so left out and just like jealous and sad because I was like, this looks like beautiful and fun. Like, I would love to be going through that right now. And then obviously, like, if I would see my friends that were maybe in like more like a relationship that wasn't the best, or was hurting them somehow or whatever, then I would be like, oh, well, thank God I don't have to go through that, because no one's attracted to me like that right now, so I'm chilling. Like, I had so many mindsets, I feel like, about it, like regarding it. And like, I really thought every year that like it was gonna happen for me. Like, I probably had like 6 different crushes a year in high school. Like, I had so many different like failed crushes, and not even situationships, like literally just crushes, that always ended up in some form of rejection that humbled me truly. And then I would give up, and then I would take a little bit of time, and then I'd get right back on it, and I'd like another guy, and I somehow would find out they didn't like me back, and it was, just a lot of rejection. And of course, that has definitely led me to how I feel now, which is just kind of like wanting to give up on trying and seeking out things, which could be a good thing, and like, oh my God, if you're not looking for it, you'll find it. I know. But also, it's just kind of like whenever you don't necessarily have people that are attracted to you in high school, or have people that want you in that way, or, like if you don't have anyone like that, and then it does happen later on, you're just kind of, now I don't trust people that I'm like, why do you like me that way? Like, no one else used to, so what changed? Like, what's different now? Or like, you have to be faking it if you like me like that, because like people used to not, so why what's different now? Obviously, I definitely think I have a little bit more confidence now than I did. It may not sound like it after those sentences I just said, but I swear I think I have a lot more confidence than I did back then within myself. And like, I know I'm a good person. I know, about the awesome parts of me, and like, I think I'm pretty. I think I think these things now that I used to definitely not think, but that one little part kind of still lingers of like, you're spinning me around. Sorry. That one little part definitely lingers of like, okay, why do you like me? If you're like, why do you have a, and also like, me using the term crush is kind of crazy, just because I feel like that's such a adolescent like phrase, but I'm talking about high school, so I'm gonna say crushes, but yeah, like, the amount of times I would just like feel so like isolated and lonely regarding that, and be just like, why can't I have it? Why can everyone around me have it? Why can't I have it? Like, now I'm at the point where like I just know I haven't met the right person, and like I know that that's coming one day soon, hopefully, like, like that's where I'm at now. But at the time it felt like, okay, I'm surrounded by like all the people that I'm gonna be with for the next 4 years. Like, there's no one new coming into the mix. There's no one, like, this is it for the next 4 years of who I'm surrounded by. So like, if nobody in this range of options likes me, then I'm fucked for the next 4 years to just be alone. Does that make sense? Like, obviously you can network or outsource and find people from different high schools, but I wasn't, like, I was just like, no, I just want someone from my school, and whatever, I don't know. And I also think, like, oh my God, whenever I turned 18, my senior year of high school, obviously in like October, so like I was still freshly a senior, so I've already talked about my Tinder dating story, the first one I went on, and like all that. But I was like so humiliated to be on Tinder, because I was like, God, I just can't, like, I can't just find anyone that I like go to school with, or like I can't just like make it work where I'm at. Like the fact that I have a dating app at 18 when I'm still in high school, like made me so embarrassed. I know a lot of people that can relate to that. Like I've talked about this with multiple people that I know, and like it just felt so embarrassing. Like I was like, I don't want anyone to know that I'm on a dating app, because like, what do you mean you can't find someone that you go to school with? I literally went to school with like 1,500 people in my grade. Like it's crazy that like out of all of those people, like not one of them did I work for and worked for me, and I felt so, I was just always like, also, I think, what was I gonna say? Um, for, I would say like freshman and sophomore year of high school, like, and like a lot of junior year, I, didn't know anyone from like the popular crowd of people at my high school, as lame as it is to talk about like the popular people, they existed. Okay, we're not gonna fucking sugarcoat it, we're not gonna walk around it, they existed. And I didn't like really know them, I didn't hang out with them. I had like a few really close friends who like that was their friend group, and then I was like, people that have that like one friend that's not in the popular friend group, that they just are friend, not just, but they're friends with because they've known him for so long, and so like they kind of drag them to the popular people things. That was me as fuck. Like that was me as fuck with a lot of friends I had. Like I was best friends with people that like were in like the more popular groups, and so it was great for me because I got to meet new people and see what they were about and all that. I hope that makes sense. But I would say like freshman, sophomore, most of junior year, like I didn't know those people. I wouldn't talk to those people. I was but I was pretty introverted, like when it came to like in class time, like during class, like I wasn't talking to people besides like the girls at my table, or I wasn't talking to guys. I wasn't, I would definitely hide behind my screen and try to like snap guys on Snapchat or follow them on Instagram or whatever, but I just wasn't doing anything like that. And I didn't have guy friends besides one. Hey, I know you're listening. And like I just wasn't putting myself out there like at all in any of those ways. And then I'd say like senior year, I started to just be like, oh my God, I don't give a fuck about what people think of me here anymore. I like who I am. I really liked who I was senior year. Like I liked myself then, I think, and I liked myself. I liked that version of me now as well. Like I was just kind of like, I had my shit really together, I feel like. And anyways, with that, I felt more confidence to like talk to more people and make friends with the people that I was always scared of, and also try to shoot my shot with more guys in my grade and more people from high school and things like that. Did it once work out? No, literally not once. Like there was one, oh my god, how have I not told this story? This is the perfect story. Oh my god, this would have been great for a different episode I did. I don't remember which one it was. Oh my god, okay, so there's one time. Oh my god. No, he wouldn't listen to this. If anyone listening knows who I'm talking about once I start talking about it, please don't like share this around to him. Okay, one time we were at a homecoming party after homecoming, me and my best friends, and I started talking to this guy who I knew, just like everyone knew each other at the party and stuff, and like we knew each other and stuff. We started talking, and he was like, oh my god, like, did you know, like, I went to your birthday party in kindergarten. And I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck? I was like, you did? I had no recollection of this. And he was like, yes, like I wore this, and I remember your mom, and blah 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 blah. And I was like, oh my god. And then we like bonded, and then we were like talking about this, and then we talked for like 30-45 minutes, and I was just like, oh my god, like, wait, like, is he not flirting with me? Like, I can't tell, but also like, is he just really friendly? Like, I just could not pick up on the vibes. And I was like, wait a minute, like, I'm down. Like, I loved his energy, so I was like, you know what, whatever. So we're talking, and then I go to my friends. I'm like, oh my god, I'm talking to him, like, I'm whatever. And then I find him again later in the party, and we start talking, and I'm talking to him, And he goes to my ear and whispers in my ear, yo, your friend is so bad. It like hurts. Like, oh my god. That genuinely, that sent chills down my spine just saying that, because I forgot about that up until, oh my god. So bad. That was so bad. I literally, my heart sunk and I was like, oh, like you should shoot your shot with her then. Like, oh, that's cool. Do you know how many fucking times my friends are drop dead gorgeous divas, and do you know how many times a guy has talked to me to get to my friend? A million and a half. I'm always that fucking bitch who I like a guy and then they just like my friend, so I have to give up on it. And like it's just awful. It's just awful. He's like, yo, your friend is so bad, I'll kill you. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just literally, oh my god, so bad. So that like perfectly describes, I would say, how a lot of high school was for me, was like that. And I think like senior year, like guys in my grade started to realize that I had a good personality and they would talk to me as friends. And I was like, oh my god, I'm getting male attention. Not in the way I wanted, but I was like, it's still male attention, because of course that means more than anything to me. I'm kidding. But it was just always like that. And then it was just never ever like in a romantic way or in a anything but friendly way. And most 9 times out of 10 I was either crushing on them, or I could see myself crushing on them, but then it was just like, oh, they only like me for my personality, but they wouldn't like give me a chance or shoot a shot with me, which whatever. Obviously it doesn't sound like it the way I'm talking about this right now, but I have moved on from all those situations. Most of them. But yeah, that perfectly explains. Yeah. And also, like, I need to touch a little bit more on how, like, I'm friends with literally the most gorgeous people in the world. Like, I'm friends with models, okay? My best friends are all fucking models. And I'm not saying I'm this fucking hunchback of Notre Dame near them, okay? I'm not saying anything like that. It's just, like, in comparison, if you put it on the scale of societal beauty standards, they're gonna get the guy, if that makes sense. Not that it's like always a competition. It's just like, okay, I'll give a perfect example. Me and my 2 friends, we used to go on Omegle all the time. Don't even get me fucking started on Omegle, okay? Omegle is where any bit of self-esteem or self-confidence died like that. I would literally be on Omegle with my 2 drop dead gorgeous friends, and then guys would pull like there'd be a guy on Omegle and he'd be like, wait, who are the 2 girls right here? And I'd just be sitting there like I'd be sitting there like like that happened all the time. Like it would literally, like, every time, like all the time, my friends would be like, let's go on Omegle, and I was like, can we please fucking not? Like, they call me ugly on Omegle. Like, I don't want to go. No, I'm kidding. I probably was like, yeah, let's go on Omegle. Like, I probably wanted to go on it too, but at the same time I was just like, people literally call me ugly on Omegle. Like, I don't really want to go on it anymore. Like, they literally be like, yo, like, you're so bad. Y'all two, not you, Uggo, get the fuck out. Y'all 2 are so bad. Like, it literally, that's like what it was giving. So like that was just a really good description of kind of my experiences with that. Like, I was just, guys would like to talk to me because I have a good personality, and like, but that was like kind of it. Like, it was never they saw anything with me or they didn't like want me that way, which is so okay. I don't expect every guy to like want that, but it's just like, could not one out of like maybe like 20 mutual guy friends I had. I did not have 20 guy friends. I'm just saying, like, people that I would talk to in class or thing, out of all of them, could not one of them had just had like a little crush on me, just like boost my ego just like a little bit. Like, maybe that's awful to say, I don't know, I don't know. I'm reflecting now and shit's crazy. Shit's crazy. I think I've definitely touched on this before, and maybe I'm just beating a dead horse here. I don't know. Um, but touching on the one relationship I had, I feel like, not I feel like, I fully know that, like, my thought process with that and the time was like, okay, I have this. I've never had it before. I've never had a relationship before. I've never had any other guy besides him that, like, ever gave me a chance or was attracted to me in that way or like wanted me, you know, like in a romantic way. Like I had never had that before. He was the only guy. Like the one time in middle school I had that was with him in 8th grade. Like it was just like he was the only person that ever, I say, gave me a chance. I wouldn't say, I'm not necessarily saying like any guy that, you know, is giving me a chance, but you know what I mean? That's what it felt like. It felt like, oh, he's taking a chance on me, because it seems like it's this like, it's crazy to want me, so it's like a chance if you do, you know? Okay, anyways, it felt like when I had that, I was like, okay, I can't let go of this, because what if this is the only time that I actually get this? And it was up until like still that is the one I've had, the one relationship I've had. And you know, but obviously it's not like I held on to it so close because one day it would go away. Like it wasn't like that, because obviously I ended up breaking up with him and it was just a mess, that whole thing. But it made me really, really worried that it was like the only time that I was ever going to get that. So I was like, I need to hold on to this, because it took me so long to get it this one time. God knows how long it's going to take the next time I get it, you know? And it's unfortunate that it still is the only relationship I've had, and like probably the only like notable, I guess, situation I've had. I don't know. That's also, I still have that mindset though, with like, okay, whatever relationship I get into next, it feels like it's been so much work and so much heartbreak with failed situations, and you know, like it feels like it's been so many failed things that when I finally get it right and I finally find someone, I need to hold on to that so close, because like I never know when that can, like if that ends, God knows if I have to wait another fucking 4 years for it to happen again. Like that's what I'm just worried about, is that like each relationship that I get into in my life, and I hope there's multiple, I hope there's many, because I think relationships are all about experience. I think I don't really plan to marry super young, and I'm not looking for the one I want to marry, you know, at the moment. Like whoever finds me, whoever I find, whatever, like I'm not planning like to be with that person the rest of my life at the moment. Obviously things happen, who knows, but I plan to like be in multiple relationships and date in my 20s. Like obviously that means that there eventually will be a breakup, you know, like I can't think about it that in depth, but I just imagine that I'm not going to find the one for the rest of my life anytime soon. Like I want to have multiple relationships so I can grow each time and maybe go through some heartbreak that helps me be better in the end, and just so I can experience things. Like that's what I'm about, is about experiences. And you know, but at the same time I'm like, oh my god, what if why does it take me so long to find the right person? Like why is it taking so long? And then once inevitably that fails or breaks up or whatever happens, you know, whatever happens, is it going to take me that long again? Like why is it this, like, why can't I just be experiencing people right now? Like why can't I be, you know? Does that make sense? I hope it does. It's just like this fear of like, this is the only time it's going to happen, so I need to hold on to it, and I need to make sure everything goes perfectly, and that, you know, like it feels, because there hasn't been too many men that have been like like interested in me in that way, it feels like if it does happen, that's a miracle. It feels like a miracle to like be attracted to me, which is crazy to say. Sorry if that's like a devastating statement. That's just the way that it's my brain has been wired. And at the same time, I'm going to speak positively about myself right now because I've been saying a lot of negative and I need to kind of counteract that. I know I'd be a great girlfriend. I wasn't that one time. I don't think I was that one time. I think I was too young, too stupid. I think we both were just not meant to be in a relationship. We were just meant to be friends. But I know I could be a good girlfriend. I know I'm pretty and I deserve for men to be attracted to me. That's not much of a fucking request. Like, whatever. What are other good qualities? I have a really big heart. I really, really love people. When I love people, I love them a lot. I'll take care of people I love as much as I can to the greatest extent I have in my capability. I think I'm fun. I think I'm fun. I think I'm a fun person. I like to have fun. I like to do fun things. Yeah, I think I'm a fun person. This sounds like this is really sad. Like, low-key. Like, I don't know. I would give awesome gifts. I love gift giving if I have the money for it. Like, if I have the money for gift giving, I'll get creative, okay? I think I'm a hoot and a holler. I can be funny, and I think entertainment is important in a relationship. I can make you laugh. It sounds like I'm trying to get you, whoever's listening, I'm trying to get you to date me. So, I mean, maybe. I don't know who you are, but no, I'm just kidding. I have great qualities, and it's just the right person hasn't seen them yet, and that's okay. But I just wanted to sit and reflect a little bit on how it's affected me not having romance in high school. And, and I keep referencing high school because it's such a big part of your life. Like, sorry, it is. Like, that's literally when you're growing up. I grew up the most in high school than before that. But then before any of, like, that's biggest change time in your life, I feel like. And that's why that's why if you're in a relationship or you're not, or you have whatever experiences you have, they affect you for a while, or they can just have a long lasting effect of how you view relationships, how you see them, whatever. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Like I said, I have probably touched on like all these things before. I'm just talking out of my ass at this point. I don't even know. All right, hope y'all enjoyed listening. Love y'all very much.